Welcome to GTown Life, the video podcast that shares the heartbeat of our Germantown school district. GTown Life celebrates our happenings, stories, and voices that connect our schools, from Wildcats, Comets, Eagles, and Raccoons, to Crusaders, and finally Warhawks, a great place to learn, grow, and belong. This is GTown Life. GTown, welcome to another episode of GTown Life. Today we're joined with Alex Fischer, high school AP. Many of you may know her. She was at the high school in a role, moved to Kennedy, and now back at the high school. Alex, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, Mrs. Fischer, talk a little bit about your experience in Germantown and that shifting role and where you're at, where you've been.
So I started in Germantown about 3 years ago. This is my third year in the district. I first started as the dean of students at the high school, so primarily working with that age level as the dean, but also in my role as the academic and career planning coordinator, where I was leading a lot of the academic and career planning work for the district. Last year, I started the year splitting my role between the middle school and the high school, which was a really unique experience in that I had never worked in a middle school prior to last year. So I learned a lot through that experience and ended up spending a majority of my year at Kennedy, which was exciting. And then this year, the opportunity came up to interview and apply for the assistant principal role, which is something I felt I was ready to step into after my experience as a dean of student. This is my first year back at the high school working in the capacity of an associate principal.
So what inspired you initially to take the path into education?
I'm a first generation college student. So my parents hammered into me, you got to go into college to get a job, and realized that as an actuary, it wasn't what I was passionate about. I started getting involved in a lot of volunteer opportunities in college, which really opened my eyes to working with kids. My passion was really around helping others. And so I changed my major halfway through college and decided to go into education as a high school mathematics teacher.
When you think about Portrait of a Graduate, what does it represent for our Germantown students and families?
The portrait of a graduate, is really the dispositions and qualities we want to instill in our students so that they can be successful after they leave us. That's really our primary purpose in education, is to prepare students for life after high school, and that's going to look very different for every student. So the purpose of the portrait of the graduate is really to embody all of the overlapping skills students would need to be successful after they leave us, regardless of what their career pathway is. It's also a commitment we've made to our families and our communities about what we're going to work in instilling in each of their students during their time here in Germantown.
How did you and the team kind of bring this concept to life? What were the conversations or priorities that guided the work?
We had an academic and career planning committee that worked on developing the portrait of a graduate, as well as the readiness scorecard, which is the metrics we use to define our success related to the portrait of a graduate. And as part of that process, as we were developing our ideas internally as a team, which consisted of counselors, teachers, and administration, we solicited feedback from all stakeholders across the district, including PTAs at every grade level, from elementary to high school, from our district leadership team, from local business partners, to ensure the messaging we were trying to bring to life was consistent for everybody. Because at the end of the day, the school community serves all parties. And so it's really important to get that feedback from every stakeholder group.
Acronym soaring captures so much meaning. Which part of that resonates most with you personally and why?
I think the I for immerses in self-reflection is probably the one that resonates with me personally the most, because, and I think that would resonate with most people, to be honest with you. I think the greatest skill we can have as individuals is the ability to reflect and learn from our experiences, and then use that information to make a change and grow. And I think that's something we expect of all of our students, right? Like, kids are learning, and even as adults we're learning. But what's important is that we reflect upon what happens, and then we use that and leverage it as opportunities to grow as individuals.
Tell us more about the work at Germantown High School and Kennedy Middle School with the Academic and Career Planning, or ACP, and what that is.
So academic and career planning is mandated by state statute. So the state requires it, but I think it's essential regardless of that requirement for all students. Even from my own pathway that I already shared, I went through 2 years of high school having or 2 years of college, having this idea of what I wanted to do, And when I was in high school, even though I was thinking about studying business, I never took a single business class to actually learn if that was something that I liked or enjoyed. And so I got to college and quickly realized that that wasn't for me. When we're talking about academic and career planning, it's what opportunities can we provide to our students so that they can make more informed decisions when they leave us. So at the high school level, that specifically looks like our ACP lessons that all students engage in during resource, as well as planning career days and as many opportunities as we can for students to learn more about all the different pathways that are out there. That's also where regional career pathways come in, that can kind of guide students. And if you're looking at this area, these are maybe some classes that you may want to try to see if that's a good fit for you. Our work based learning also provides a lot of opportunities for students to job shadow or participate in youth apprenticeship or co op to test things out before there is that bigger commitment once they leave us. At the middle school level, it's that introductory get your feet wet with the academic and career planning lessons through Zello, but also they have their career day there as well. There's some partnership with junior achievement to give students more openings into different areas and to allow them opportunities to learn about all of the pathways that are out there, because there isn't a one size fits all for every kid. So the more experiences we can give them, the better decision they can make once they leave us.
So here in Germantown, we have 17 different career pathways that help our students connect and kind of prepare for future goals. Can you just highlight what those different areas are?
Well, there's a lot of them. So some of our most popular pathways fall under our finance career pathways. So we have a couple sequences there of courses. We have regular accounting, advanced accounting, and then every student has to take personal financial literacy. So that gives students that first introductory into that pathway. And if that's something that may interest them after high school, that would be a possible college pathway option. But as we know, college is not the only option for students, and it's not the end all be all to be successful. There's a lot of success within our trades areas. So I look at our manufacturing pathway or our architecture and construction pathway, where we have fantastic facilities as a result of our last referendum that have allowed our students to get hands-on experience while in the building and then use those employability skills that they're learning in those tech ed courses and apply them to jobs. I would say most of our students who are in our tech ed pathway are pursuing some sort of work-based learning as well. Many of them are enrolled in youth apprenticeship or co-op in conjunction with those courses. And so they're able to get that training before they even leave us, which allows them to step into a career pathway right after graduation. And many of our students in those areas do.
Is there an example of a student or experience that jumps out to kind of show the impact of this portrait of graduate work that you and the team have been involved in?
I would say most recently we had a medical emergency in a classroom, and one of our students happened to be a certified nursing assistant because many of our students through our Start College Now program can take the classes at MITC or WCTC or any local community college to get that CNA certification while they're in high school. And so this student was able to directly apply her career ready skills to carry out her civic duty and assist in that medical emergency, which made a big difference. That situation exemplifies why we offer these opportunities for students and the opportunities for them to apply the skills that they're learning and really see if it's a good fit for them.
What role do teachers and counselors play in supporting students through this readiness journey?
I think every individual in our building and even in our external community, right? Parents, local businesses, everyone plays a role in supporting students' academic and career plans. But specifically from the counselor standpoint, they serve as someone for the student to bounce ideas off of courses they're thinking of trying based off of their interest in career pathway. Many of our teachers in their classrooms, they integrate career learning into their lessons. So, for example, I know in our anatomy and physiology class is consistently presentations happening relating it to many of the healthcare professions. And so teachers are always looking at opportunities to highlight how their content area relates to possible career pathways for students. So Everyone plays a role in it, but that's just how specifically counselors and teachers are a part of that process.
If you could describe what you hope every Germantown graduate walks away with beyond grades or credentials, what would you hope that would be?
I would refer back to that ability to self-reflect and grow. That's within our soaring acronym. Being able to, you know, think intrinsically about your actions, your behavior, your impact is very transferable to any career and is really just a life skill so that we can all grow as individuals and we're constantly striving to be better.
What's next for the Portrait of Graduate and our readiness programming right here at Germantown High School?
So we do have our career day in February. We've been doing that since I started in the district 2 years ago. That's something that we will consistently be continuing. We're always looking for new ways to highlight student success within the portrait of our graduates. We started last year, but we've been implementing more heavily this year. Would be these soaring postcards that some parents and families may be getting home, or as teachers may be giving them to students. So specifically, teachers are writing students a nice little note when they embody one little statement from the soaring portrait of a graduate statement. The more we can recognize the positive successes students are having, not just academically in the classroom, but across the board, whether it's, the individual dispositions or specifically related to their career pathway. Obviously, you create a more positive culture for both students and staff. It's nice when families get those notes home to see their students are being recognized for more than just their academic performance in the classroom.
That's awesome. And you mentioned earlier, Ms. Fisher, that, it's a shareholder opportunity and it's those in our community connected to our school and those out. If someone is listening and wants to perhaps participate in the career day, how would they go about doing that?
Yep. So I'll be working on putting together our registration and the flyer for that, which will be posted on our social media. So when you see that post on our Facebook pages or on our school website, I would simply fill out the registration form, and then I'll get in contact with you about how you can support our students in exploring those opportunities or learning more about your business or career area for our career day.
Anything, Ms. Fisher, on Portrait of a Graduate that you feel would be important?
Students, just use every opportunity you're given here to learn as much as you can. Don't be afraid to try something. To see if it's a good fit for you. If you're going the college pathway, you don't necessarily need to be in every AP course under the sun. There is value in trying our business classes, our tech ed classes, our art classes, our music classes, because you really want to get that roundabout experience while you're here in high school. So that way you know what you want to do and you have the opportunity to do that while you're here.
Hands-on learning or classroom discussions?
Hands-on learning.
Leading others or learning from others?
Learning from others.
Paper notebook or digital tablet?
Paper and notebook. Have to write everything by hand. It sticks in the brain better.
Hot dog or brat?
Chicago girl, so hot dog.
Book in hand or educational podcast?
Podcast.
High five or fist bump?
Fist bump.
Middle school curiosity or high school confidence?
High school confidence.
Fresh or fried cheese curds?
Fried.
Plan it out or dive in and adjust?
Plan it out.
State fair or Summerfest?
Summerfest.
Lake house weekend or cabin in the woods?
Lake house.
Pizza Friday or Taco Tuesday?
Pizza Friday. I don't cook on Fridays.
One word that describes a Germantown graduate.
Determined.
Thanks for listening to the stories that make our Germantown learning community a great place to learn, grow, and belong. We are all shareholders in empowering and inspiring student success today and into the future. Until next time, this is GTown Life.